Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Imagine this. You're out in a field, the sun is beating down, and you're just going about your day. Suddenly your shovel hits something solid. You figure it's just another rock, but you decide to dig a little deeper. What if I told you that for one lucky family, what they found wasn't a rock at all, but a treasure that would change their lives forever? This isn't a Hollywood movie plot. It's a true story that unfolded right in the heartland of America. Let's travel back to 2013. A couple in Northern California, who have chosen to remain anonymous to protect their privacy, were taking their dog for a walk on their own property. It was a route they'd walked hundreds of times before, but on this particular day, they noticed something unusual. An old rusted metal can was partially sticking out of the ground near a familiar path. Curiosity got the better of them. They dug it out, and it was surprisingly heavy. Back at their house, they pried open the lid. Inside, covered in dirt, were dozens of shimmering gold coins. Their hearts must have been pounding. They rushed back to the spot and started digging. It wasn't just one can. They unearthed another, and another, and another, until they had a total of 8 cans filled to the brim with gold. This wasn't just a few coins, it was a staggering collection. The hoard contained 1,227 gold coins, all dating from the mid to late 19th century, specifically between 1847 and 1894. The face value of these coins was around $27,000, but their real value, their collector's value, was astronomical. Experts were brought in to examine the find, and they were stunned. Many of the coins were in pristine, uncirculated condition, as if they had been put into the ground almost immediately after being minted. This included some incredibly rare pieces, like an 1866 double eagle that was missing the "In God We Trust" motto. A single coin like that could be worth a fortune on its own. The entire collection was estimated to be worth over $10 million, making it one of the greatest buried treasures ever discovered in the United States. They called it the Saddle Ridge Hoard, named after a feature on their property. So, the $10 million question is, who buried all this gold and why? The coins were minted in San Francisco, which points to a local origin. The time frame, the late 1800s, was a wild era in California. The gold rush was still a recent memory, and banks weren't always trusted. It was common for people who struck it rich to bury their wealth for safekeeping. One popular theory revolves around a man who might have been involved in an inside job at the San Francisco Mint around the turn of the 20th century. However, despite extensive research, no one has been able to definitively link the treasure to any single individual or event. The mystery of who buried it remains unsolved, which only adds to the magic of the story. It was a private, personal bank, hidden in the earth, waiting for over a century to be found. For the couple who found it, this was a true, life-changing event. They decided to sell most of the collection through Amazon's collectibles marketplace, sharing their incredible luck with the world. They used a portion of the proceeds to pay off bills and donated some to their local community. They said the real treasure was not having to worry about money anymore. They kept a few of the coins as mementos of that unbelievable day when a simple walk with their dog turned into the discovery of a lifetime. Now, let's fast forward to a more recent story, this time in the state of Kentucky. In 2023, a man was digging in his cornfield when he uncovered something truly remarkable. This wasn't a can of coins, but a massive hoard of over 700 gold and silver coins from the American Civil War era. The video of his discovery, where you can hear him saying, "This is the most insane thing ever," went viral for a reason. You can see handful after handful of gold dollars, including stunning $20 gold Liberty coins from the 1860s. The collection, which became known as the Great Kentucky Hoard, is a literal time capsule from one of the most turbulent periods in American history. The coins date from 1840 to 1863. This is particularly significant because Kentucky was a neutral border state during the Civil War, but it was a place of great conflict and divided loyalties. Families were torn apart, and there was immense fear and uncertainty. It's highly likely that a wealthy landowner, fearing that Confederate raiders or even Union soldiers might seize his wealth, decided to bury his life savings in the field, hoping to retrieve it when things calmed down. Just imagine the desperation and fear that would lead someone to bury that much wealth. It tells a powerful story about the civilian experience during the war. For whatever reason, perhaps they were a casualty of the conflict or were forced to flee, the original owner never returned. For over 150 years, that treasure lay dormant, a silent witness to history, just inches beneath the soil where generations of farmers worked the land, completely unaware of the fortune below their feet. The man who found the hoard worked with professional coin graders who certified its authenticity and incredible condition. Like the Saddle Ridge hoard, many of the coins were in near-perfect shape, retaining their original luster. The estimated value of the Great Kentucky hoard is in the millions. It's a breathtaking find, not just for its monetary value, but for its direct, tangible connection to the past. Each coin is an artifact that someone held, someone counted, and someone buried with the hope of a future they never got to see. These stories are so captivating because they tap into a universal dream. The idea that a life-altering fortune could be hidden just beneath our feet, waiting for a lucky moment, is incredibly exciting. It makes you look at that old field or your own backyard a little differently, doesn't it? These farmers weren't professional treasure hunters with advanced metal detectors. They were ordinary people doing ordinary things. Their discoveries were a combination of pure luck, keen observation, and a little bit of curiosity. It reminds us that our world is still full of mysteries and that history isn't just something you read about in books. It's physically present all around us, buried in our soil. These coins aren't just pieces of gold. They are stories of fear, hope, and lives lived long ago. They are a direct link to the people who walked the same ground we do, but in a completely different world. The Saddle Ridge hoard and the Great Kentucky hoard are powerful reminders that sometimes the greatest adventures do not require a map. They just require you to be in the right place at the right time. What do you think you would do if you stumbled upon a treasure like this? Let me know down in the comments. It's an incredible thought experiment. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the world of buried treasure. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more amazing tales from around the world. We'll see you in the next video.